Now, with the economic situation right now, there are things that you are supposed to avoid as much as possible from buying them from a supermarket. All right. So these 5 categories of basic needs, let me call them basic needs, because there are things that we cannot live without. We are going to depend on them in one way or the other. For example, food. These 5 categories of basic needs, you are supposed to avoid as much as possible from accessing them in a supermarket. Reason being, because in a supermarket, the prices are going to be so much exaggerated such that you can access these particular items somewhere else at a lower price, and you are even going to access even good or much better products as compared to supermarkets. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I know that not everybody is going to agree with me here, because some will just give reasons now. John, these things we normally get them from a supermarket because supermarket are so and so, and these things I expect such arguments, because there are some people who are used to supermarkets as compared to other places of accessing these particular products. But just watch this video, see whether it makes some sense, and see whether you're still going to access these particular products in a supermarket. All right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you're seeing me for the first time, my name is John Mweri. I'm a professional accountant with Xfinop Accountancy and Insurance Consultancy. And as well, you can see this is what I normally do. I come here with a pen and a whiteboard and talk a lot more about investments, finances, businesses, how to have a good a financial path, how to manage your finances, how to make sure that you protect the cash that you have, so that you can have a smooth financial journey. And ladies and gentlemen, I normally post these kinds of videos in this YouTube platform and also in my TikTok platform. So therefore, if you are seeing me for the first time, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel and give me a like on this particular video, and you can put a comment on the comment section. Say what you think about this particular video. Now, if this video is of interest to you, you can also share with your friends. All right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's get to the business. These 5 categories of items, you are not supposed to access them in a supermarket. Now, at the end of this particular video, I'm going to tell you something interesting about those people who access products in a supermarket, and as even products that we could even access them easily anywhere else. You are going to find someone just going from very far or coming from very far just to go to supermarket to buy that particular product. Now, let's talk about number 1. Let's talk about groceries. All right, groceries. Now, it's very funny because you all know about groceries. These are things that we normally use in the kitchen to cook. And we can just give examples of groceries. We can just give cabbage here, cabbage, all right? You know them, sukuma wiki, all right, for cooking ugali. And so you can just give tomatoes, potatoes, such things, these kind of things: cabbage, sukuma wiki, tomatoes, potatoes, garlic. Even garlic is here. It's part of groceries, and so on and so on. Now, there are some people, very funny characters. I don't know what's the problem, ama ni life situation imewafikisha hapo, ama ni lifestyle. Unasikia mtu akona pesa ana feel me I cannot go to Mama Mboga to buy cabbage, because Mama Mboga, a full cabbage ni Mama Mboga anaweza kuzia 40 shillings. Mama Mboga anaweza kuzia 40 shillings a full cabbage. But you find, or someone else, not necessarily kuwe ni Mama Mboga, because Mama Mboga in much cases atauza cabbage ikiwa imekatakatwa, and then anaipackage vizuri for those clients wenye wanakujanga, they just want ready made food. Anakuja akiwa amepika, analipa 20 bob yake, anaenda akiendanga. So for this person mwenye ana supply this cabbage, even the one who is selling to Mama Mboga, atakuzia at 40 shillings. But if you go to a supermarket, you might buy the same cabbage at 100 shillings. all right, at 100 shillings. And then you are going to find some individuals, they are going to prefer this 100 shillings than going to the guy who is selling at 40 shillings. I don't know whether it's lifestyle or ni class wamejiekea to an extent, because I think even if I had a lot of money, I think I could not go to buy a cabbage in a supermarket at 100 shillings. But you know, it depends with the lifestyle that you have been brought up with, because kuna mtu hakuwa ipelekwa soko, kuna mtu aligrow tu in a rich background, hakuwa ipelekwa soko, so ati akamchukua akampeleka soko, akamwambia this is where we normally get food to eat. So in most cases there is someone who was just being sent to a supermarket, now go buy potatoes, tomatoes, even, you know, let me just include onions. Ile kitunguu yenye mnajuanga tunanunua 5 bob. A kg of onions, funny enough, if you go to soko, the normal soko that you normally go, a kg of onions right now you can be able to buy it at Kenya shillings, let's say 70 shillings, you know, a kg of onions. But if you get into a supermarket and buy the same kg of onions, the product is still the same, nothing has changed with the product, or that you might say that the product that is being sold in a supermarket has extra nutrients, or no, the product is just the same. So a kg of onions in a supermarket, it might sell at Kenya shillings, let's say 140 shillings, double the amount. So they are going to sell you a kg of onions at 140 shillings. Now, why do they sell their products that at a higher price, and they know very well that clients could access this product outside at much lower price? It's because, remember, now when it comes to soko, first is the cost of the fixed cost attributable to supermarkets. For example, this person who is selling at 140 shillings, this supermarket guy, they are going to put in all the costs associated with that particular onions being transported there. For example, the transportation costs, the cost of rent, the cost of salaries. Unapata mpaka hiyo kitunguu inalipa salaries. The kitunguu is paying rent. So each and every cost that is attributable to that particular supermarket, it's going to be divided into small units and distributed distributed among all the products that are being sold in that particular supermarket. And that's why if you look at this guy who is selling a kg of onions at 70 shillings na ako soko, probably analipa tu kanjo peke yake na anamlipa 50 shillings and then wanamalizana. But a supermarket guy anapiga ile cost ya I'll have to pay for rent, I'll have to pay for those people who are working there, I'll have to pay for my licenses, and so on and so on. And probably if this kg, because these are fast foods and they are normally bought faster, they will have to compensate for those goods that have incurred a loss. So that's why they are going to actually exaggerate the prices of these fast moving products, so that they can try as much as possible to cover their expenses. So ladies and gentlemen, not unless the class that you are living in can allow you to purchase such things from a supermarket, well, you can as well go on and purchase them from a supermarket. But I would urge, if this class, unajua kuna watu wanakuanga na pressure at you know, I can buy this from a supermarket, you know, I have money. We normally say that simply because you have money, it doesn't mean that you have to spend like this, like the way I'm explaining here. Simply because you can be able to afford a cabbage in a supermarket 100 shillings, for example, you could end up shopping there, and then you come along, you come across cabbage that is being sold at 100 shillings. Na unajua vizuri kuna mahali utapitia upate the same cabbage at 60 or 40 bob. Now save hiyo 60 shillings, and then you just go ahead and buy that cabbage. I don't know I don't know kama you want to please someone, you want to sijui kama ni kiburi ama unataka kujionanisha kwa nani. So can you try as much as possible to save money? And that's where the roof is leaking, because you will find most people unajaribu kupiga budget yako haiingianwi, unaona groceries ulinunua vile zinafaa, and then you're not upigi hesabu that hizo groceries kuna mahali uli exaggerate in prices. For example, you bought cabbage at 100 shillings and probably you bought 3 of them, and you bought 3 of them at 300 shillings, whereby you could have accessed the same cabbage, 3 of them at 90 shillings, you know. So you have to check such costs, negligible costs that you don't even think about, but they cost you a lot in your budgeting. So ladies and gentlemen, such things, normalize going to mama mboga, go to soko, tenga time, just go there. Machungwa, and so kuna mtu atanunua mpaka machungwa kwa supermarket, ununue apples kwa supermarket, and then you end up using a lot of money, and probably even hizo vitu za supermarket ziko refrigerated such that they are not even fresh. So check on that, or check on such costs, ladies and gentlemen, and avoid accessing these products from a supermarket. Vitu za matajiri wachieni tu matajiri, you know. Rich guys are the ones that are going to go to the supermarket to buy such things. Hawataki kuonekana kwa soko, sorry, they don't want to kuonekana kwa soko, and so on and so on, right? So but if you believe that you want to save something and you want to maintain your budget, you can always check on that. Now the second category of things that we cannot do without is electronics. But of course sometimes we can do without electronics, but ladies and gentlemen, just an example here. Let's talk about TV sets. You know, we have woofers, you know, such kind of things, you know. We have lights, or what we call bulbs, you know. These are things that probably in most cases, just to make life more sweet, we need to access them and actually have them in our houses. For example, TV sets, woofers and lights. Now, kuna mtu atakimbilia hizi vitu kwa supermarket, and you know very well there is a dealer somewhere who is dealing with this kind of, actually that person has actually specialized with selling these particular things at very much cheaper price as compared to supermarket. I've just told you that supermarkets are going to look at the costs in that supermarket. For example, the salaries, the rent ya supermarket sio pesa kidogo. So hakuna kitu yenye unauzwa kwa supermarket yenye itauzwa pesa kidogo. Sana when it comes to this TV set. Kwanza mtu wa supermarket anajua when it comes to a TV set, kitambo itoke hapo, kitambo itolewe hapo, itakuwa imekaakaa. So the price yenye itakuwa imefixiwa kwa hii TV, ikinunuliwa tu hivi, umelipa mpaka rent, umelipa wafanyikazi na umelipa kila kitu. So guys, let me ask you a question. Instead of going to a supermarket and buying a TV set there, a TV set of let's say 50k in a supermarket, it could be sold even close to 100, let's say 95k, you know. So I don't see the need of you spending extra 45,000 or 40,000 to access a TV set in a supermarket. I don't know what you're trying to do here, ama unataka kuonesha nani, but I would strongly suggest that if you would access this TV from a dealer who can actually be able to subsidize the price and so on and so on. Remember, dealers are goods because you can also be able to, there is some sort of bargaining power there. You can be able to bargain your prices, and you know, kama alikuwa anauza 50k, you can just go down to 45,000 and so on and so on. In a supermarket, there is no one you can negotiate with. Hakuna mtu unaweza mwambia, you know, let's go down on the prices. Hakuna, nothing. In a supermarket, I think prices are fixed. You cannot bargain anything there. But when hata huku nje, even when it comes to food, you can be able to bargain. You can be able, mimi niko na 40 bob, and actually they will have that allowance of that bargaining. So ladies and gentlemen, again, TV sets, woofers and lights, bulbs and so on and so on, just go to electronics shops and they are going to get these products at much cheaper price as possible. All right, now that was the second one. Let's go to the third one. This one is very interesting. Oh my Jesus. Clothes. Oh my good. Clothes. Clothes. Kuna mtu unapata clothes kwa supermarket are very expensive. I have ever gone into a supermarket. I think niliingianga, there is this Thika Road Mall, and I entered there and I went to the clothes section. Sasa najua kuna mtu sasa ataniambia wewe tafuta pesa sijui, and it's okay, you know, that's your own views but simply because you have bought something at a very high price and I can be able to access that product at a cheaper price doesn't mean that I don't have money or I cannot be able to access. It is just your perspective and the way I view that particular item. Now I went to the clothes section and I checked a trouser that was being sold at 3,500. A trouser it's just a normal khaki trouser. It was being sold at 3,500. And then when I asked outside, this trouser was at Kenya shillings 1,200. You know, the normal khakis that were being sold. So you can check the difference in a supermarket and the person who is going to sell these clothes here outside, because this person is specifically dealing with that particular product. And when he sells at 1,200, those products move much faster because the guy can be able to restock the products very fast as compared to supermarkets, because supermarkets, these unaweza pata supermarket, they even access this product at 500, but they have been able to exaggerate the price so that it can be able to cover the costs and so on and so on. So that is another reason that you should avoid buying such products in a supermarket. Just to mention very fast, ladies and gentlemen, those are clothes. Kuna watu wataenda mpaka kwa supermarket kubaia watoto nguo, you know. You know, kuna mtu ataingia kwa supermarket anunue nguo, anunue nini, anunulia watoto nguo, you know. And these are things that you can be able to access outside there in Soko. You can go to Gikomba if you have time. I think one thing that is disturbing a lot of people even is laziness. Kuna mtu hataki kwenda kwa soko kusukumana na watu kuchagua ati nini. You don't want to do that. We want to go to a quiet place. But anyway, we say that if your lifestyle can allow you to purchase these products in a supermarket, well and good. You can go ahead, but make sure that you have a very good budget that can be able to accommodate that. Now, for those people wenye wanataka kufit in that situation, but your budget is not looking good, your incomes are not looking good, you don't even have an investment, you're just forcing issues here, kindly try to adjust your life, because these things could actually mess you up. All right, so that is it. Then we have number 4 and number 5. Then we have talked about groceries, electronics, we have talked about clothes, we have stationaries. Yeah, stationaries, you know, stationaries, like for example books, you know, let's just give an example here. Books, pen and so on and so on. Watu wenye wako na wazazi, you know, parents, wakati unaenda shopping there kununulia mtoto back to school, you want to buy kuna vitu zingine zinauzwa kwa supermarket, for example tissue papers, nini, and then you go to the section of books and you want to buy them. Let me tell you something. Books in a supermarket are going to be they are going to be high in price as compared to a bookshop, right? Because there is power of specialization. This person who is dealing with books in a supermarket have actually accessed them or purchased them at a lower cost, all right? So they are going to sell them at a lower cost. And remember, because of specialization, they are going to subsidize the prices of these particular products. But supermarkets, they are looking for profits. It's not a must for you to pick that particular product. No, it's not a must. But this person wants you to get in and buy that particular product. And that's why the prices will never be the same. In a supermarket, they are trying as much as possible to cover for the costs, for rent, for salaries, and any other costs associated with that particular supermarket. And then they are also trying to have some profits, all right? So, ladies and gentlemen, parents, I'm talking to you when it comes to stationaries. Kama hujui bookshop nini, ulizia tu, just go and buy a bookshop. Because why buy a pen in a supermarket at 50 shillings and you can be able to access the same pen in a bookshop at 25 shillings or 20 shillings and actually be able to save something? Me, by then, naonanga, if you are to check on your budget and see how much you normally use as compared on how much you could actually have used when you buy products in different places, unaweza save pesa mingi sana, and then actually you have a lot of money to put in an investment account. Now, that was about the stationaries. The last one, ladies and gentlemen, the last category I can talk about is furnitures. Furnitures. You know, kama sofa seats, sofas, tables, and so on and so on. Now, I looked at the price of furnitures in a supermarket, and I'm telling you, it's very expensive, because you're going to get a 3-seater sofa being sold at 300,000, and then the same 3-seater sofa in a furniture store huku nje sasa, it's going to be sold at probably 70,000, and you might find out that the same make and material is the same, but you know, supermarkets are just going to exaggerate their products and say that, oh, this one comes from which place. But if you check well, it's the same product. If it's not the same, it's a product close to what you could even get outside. Probably even outside you could get a better product like than what is being sold in a supermarket. So ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to sofas, tables, and other things that can be classified as furnitures, I would strongly suggest that you access them in furniture stores. And we have a lot of them. Those people who deals with furnitures, you can even go and order your own furniture and be there. You know, one disadvantage of accessing something in a supermarket is that you might not get the color and design that you wished for. But when you go to a fundi outside there, can actually be able to make for you exactly what you need. The same with clothes. For clothes, for example, those people who like wearing suits, you can be able to go to a fundi, and the fundi is going to make a product for you exactly what you want. But when you go to buy from a supermarket, you get oversized things. The products are very oversized, and you're not going to get the material that you want. But huku nje, you can actually be able to choose exactly what you want. So ladies and gentlemen, these are the products that you don't have to access in a supermarket, all right? Especially in these hard economic times. Try as much as possible to correct this. When it comes to groceries, electronics, clothes, stationaries, and furnitures, go to the dealers. Those people who specialize in this particular business, we can even promote them, right? Because they are also trying to make a living. That could not be the reason, but the biggest reason is to save money, to put money aside, to make sure that you have build this investment column that we normally talk about each and every time we are making videos, because the main aim here is financial freedom. And we say that financial freedom is not going to be it's not going to be realized like that. You have to put some effort. You have to adjust your budget a little. You have to look at places where you can cut costs, and here is one place that you can be able to cut costs. And I think I've made a lot of videos to regarding to where you can be able to cut costs and such. So ladies and gentlemen, that was all for today. If kama you know, kama nimeingililia privacy ya mtu, I'm so sorry, but I was just airing my views here. You can also air your views in the comment section and tell us what you think. Because I know there are some rich guys here who normally watch my videos, and probably kuna mtu mwenye anaochi video akiwa kwa supermarket actually ndo ananunua cabbage. So anyway, that was just my views, and I hope this video has been of help to you. Now, if you feel that you want to share, you can even share with your friends, and so on and so on. So thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. That was my time. See you on the next.